Okay, this is the one everybody's been waiting for. I'm going to show you not only how I slayed this tower, but how I skinned it too. Now we're going to use this Pringles can as the base. However, the real trick is in the skin. Now when you go to do this, and you will want to do this, you're going to want to start with some wax paper to keep it from sticking to everything, and then you're going to want to tape that wax paper down so that it doesn't slide all over the place, because it is sticky and it will kind of get out of control. Alright, now don't be shy about this. Get a good amount on there because you're going to want a decently thick skin. I spread this stuff out with a putty knife and no water. But if you don't have one handy, you can always use your hand, but I would use water. Keep your hand nice and wet or it'll be a sticky mess for you. After you get it smoothed out, make sure you wet it down really good and wet down your roller. You can thank me for that pro tip by smashing that like button right now. And if you think I've done a good enough job by the end of the video, think about subscribing. I would surely love to have you as a new subscriber, especially as I'm heading towards that 100 mark. Yep, I know, growing huge, 100 subs almost. So you can jump on the bandwagon now, join all the cool kids, everybody's doing it. Now you're going to want to make a couple of 45-degree cuts in your can, one near the top about 2 inches from the top, and one towards the middle, something for the dice to hit on and roll. I put 2 index cards in each one of the slots, but you could use foam board or cardboard, either one will work just fine. I cut a hole at the very bottom so that the dice would have a place to come out, and then I turned the index card right above it long ways and pulled it through with a pair of pliers so that it would have a natural ramp for the dice to come out. Of course, since I'm doing 2 towers, once I got done with that, I turned around and I did all over again to another can. If you'd like to help me grow my channel, now would be a great time to hit that like button, and if you enjoy my video, I would love to have you as a subscriber. You're gonna want to glue those in really well. I glued them on the top and the bottom before I cut them out. You'll want to cut a strip of foam board about the width of the can so that you can create a courtyard for the dice to roll down into. I just simply traced the can in a couple of different spots, a can length apart, and cut that out. Pro tip, everything's easier with a nice sharp blade. I calculated that a 9.5 by 9 inch piece of skin would be enough to cover one of those cans, and also remember the skin is a little rubbery and stretchy, so if you're a little short you can just kind of squeeze it together and get that little extra you need to fill any gap. I was a little nervous at first, but this wax paper peeled right off. It was so easy, not a problem at all. I was afraid it wouldn't come off properly or even distort the skin as I pulled it off, but it truly was just a breeze to get it off, easy to work with. This stuff is incredibly forgiving. Now that I've started down this rabbit hole, man, I can think of 1.5 million things that I want to do with these skins, and not just these, but different kinds of skins like wood and concrete and other different types. But let me know what you think. Is there anything that comes to your mind? Is there something that maybe screams at you that you want to make or that you want to see me make? Let me know in the comments below. So when I was done gluing the skin on, I did have a little bit of a gap left, but I was able to push that together because this material is so forgiving. Then I just added a quick bead of glue and then smoothed it out with the side of my glue gun. Be careful when you're cutting out the opening where the dice is going to come out. This material is really stretchy and you can pull it out of shape. I just cut straight down and then right across the bottom. I dabbed a little bit of glue on each one of those flaps and then I just glued them around on the inside. I also put a nice bead of glue around the bottom to keep that skin held tight. It's looking not too shabby, I think. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Getting back to the courtyard where the dice are going to roll into, peeled the paper off of the foam board, and then I needed to imprint the pattern of stonework into that also. I just needed to glue that bad boy down at this point. I glued it right in the middle of the opening, and then I needed to make a band to go around it to keep the dice in. So I made a strip about 1¼ inch wide and imprinted my pattern onto that so that I could use it as my retaining wall. After attaching the one side, it was very simple to just kind of glue it all the way around and then attach it to the other side, cutting off the excess when I was done. Just needed to fill in that final gap, and it looks like the courtyard is done. So my friends, this is what we have so far. What do you think? How do you think it looks? I think it looks pretty good, but I'd really like to know what you guys think. For the final touches, we're going to cut this lid about 3/4 of the way around so that it has a nice flap and it goes down. I glued this little scrap of foam core onto the underside of the lid so I could glue it to the side of the can holding it open. Next, I just cut some scraps into strips and use it to go around the outside of the lid. Well, here's how we look so far, and I gotta tell you, I'm ecstatic with the way this is looking. So a couple of last minute things to finish off this build. I cut a circle out of the foam and I inserted it into the opening of the tower so that when the dice came out it would pad it just a little bit, and it also looks better than just the index card. Also cut a circle in half and used that to add a little bit of padding and to disguise the plastic on the top of the can. Make sure you have those notifications turned on because I will be doing a follow-up video where I paint the towers, and I'm also doing a DM screen to go with them, so you want to catch that. As you watch the final beauty shots of this build and the final product, please think about giving me a like, and if you enjoy the video, please think about becoming a subscriber. I would love to have you as part of the family, trying to climb to 100 and more. Thank you all for watching my video. I hope you have an amazing day.